Hi guys, so for this video I'm just going to show you my kind of makeup storage setup kind of behind me here. It's going to be a little weird because I'm holding, as you can see, I'm holding my webcam so that I can move it around to show you all the parts of the, setup, so bear with me if this is a little bit weird looking. Okay, so let's just get started. So this is my makeup area. It's weirdly in my kitchen right next to my living room over there. The reason for this is because I can't really do my makeup in my bedroom because my husband works nights and he sleeps during the day and stuff sometimes, so I can't just throw a light on and do my makeup. So this is the best spot in the house for natural light because there is a window right here. It's pretty snowy out today, as you can see. Whoa, that was weird. I don't know why it's doing that. That's strange, but anyway. Okay, so let's just get into my sort of storage setup. So over here I have my bigger palettes. The Conspiracy palette is so awkward because it doesn't stack very well and because of the shape and stuff, but I usually just leave it right in the front there. Then I have like my biggest palettes at the bottom here. This is the Sephora Chroma palette, the Laptop palette. I have the Color My Life palette, a few other Sephora palettes, some Too Faced holiday palettes, and then these three right here, the two sparkly ones, and then this one here. Those are all of my single eyeshadows. So they're like Z palettes, and then a couple of smaller square palettes up there. So let's go over to the next part. I'm just gonna go like left to right here. So this is sort of a continuation of my palette collection. I have all of my sort of rectangular shaped palettes up here, all my Too Faced tin packaging like palettes. There's a Sephora palette on top there and the Urban Decay Naked palette. And then these drawers, I just got them at the dollar store. They're actually two separate sets of two drawers. I just stacked them. But this is where I keep all of my like mini palettes. So I like to stack them so that I can read them from the outside. It just looks a little nicer. And I keep also some lip products in there that I tend not to reach for very often, just because they're not my favorites. So I've got 4 mini eyeshadow palettes in these two, and then this one has the Pick Perf palette is an eyeshadow palette as well. I'll just dig that out for a second. And then I have a highlighting palette in there from Hard Candy, and again some more like lip products. And then this bottom one has a really old Too Faced palette in it, an eyeshadow palette, and a couple other lips stuff. Okay, so next is this kind of organizer here. So this is kind of where I put a lot of my base stuff. So I've got all of my brushes, my face brushes on one side here, and then all my eyeshadow brushes on the other. And then this is where I put all of my face products. So I've got like all of my foundations in there, my concealers, primers, things like that. So they fit pretty well in that bottom section. And then I've got a small little lipstick section here. These are kind of my less how do you say it, least favorite kind of lip products that are still better than these ones. Like I like them better than these ones. They're more wearable colors like these ones. Some of these ones are like bright purple and stuff, but these ones are like not my favorite, but they're still colors that I would reach for. Some of them are pretty good. Like this one, this MAC, is kind of like a lip balm thing that I actually use this one a lot. And I also use this one a lot. This is a Smashbox thing. And then this one is like the NARS lip crayon thing. And so I actually, whenever I need a red, I tend to reach for this one first because I'm trying to pan it. So that's that. And then I have my sponges here. I just leave them here because this is just kind of a shelf. So that's where I kind of keep my sponges. And then I have a couple other mini palettes down here, some quads, things like that. This is just a Franken shadow that I made. It's actually huge. It's just like a gigantic purple eyeshadow. And yeah, that's what's there. And then this last section, I'm going to move the mirror so you can see better. But this last section is kind of, it's really stuffed. But it's kind of like a lot of stuff I use on the daily. I know I said that about sort of this section too, like the face products. I obviously use those on the daily, but also this section, this whole thing is kind of mostly like daily use kind of things. Not everything in here is, because some of the spaces I just had extra space, so I filled it up. But like, for example, this is my daytime moisturizer, so I just leave that up here. This is just another mini palette. It's a MAC mini palette, but I just had nothing else for like this little shelf, so I just put it on top there. Let me just move those so you can see more. So the lip products I put in here are actually my favorite colors, kind of. They're actually two different brands. These are Quo lip crayons, and these are the Tarte mini lip paints. And they actually, it's funny because like each like set of two is kind of the same color. Like the lip paint almost matches exactly to the crayon color, even though they're two different brands. So it was just kind of coincidental, but I put those there because those are the shades I use pretty much like most often, I would say. So if I want it, depending on the kind of finish that I want, I have a couple options. I've got all my eyeliners up here, all my pencil liners, as well as my eyebrow pens and things. This section is for mascaras and my eyelash curler. All these in here are liquid eyeliners. So I have a few metallic like Wonder Swipe ones. I've got some Kohl ones that work really well in the waterline from Physicians Formula. And then I have my, they're kind of hard to get out because they're tapered. Then I have my usual Revlon ones that I tend to use. And then these ones I tend not to use as much, these lip colors. But I just had like that extra area here that I wanted to fill up, so I just threw those in there. These are all of my sample fragrances. I am trying to use them up like as part of my sort of project pan this year. Right now, currently, I've been working on this one. Is it this one? No, it's not actually. It's the, no, I'll find it. Hang on. The Jimmy Choo one is the one I've been working on lately. That's why it's a little bit more, as you can see, there's a little more use there. But I would like to get through a couple of those this year if I can. And then I have a couple other lipsticks here that are just, I don't know, less commonly used, but I still use them. And then some taller like lip products that didn't fit as well into the actual designated lip areas. Like this is a gloss, and I've got another gloss here, just like a lip balm, things like that. And then I have some other mini palettes. This is the Urban Decay mini palette, and then I've got these sort of like singles that are just sort of scattered in here, various places where they fit well. This section right here, I have my contour. This is not actually Physicians Formula. I just repackaged it. So it's actually a Frankenshadow that I made because I felt like it was a good match for my skin tone. So it's just a matte brown that I use to contour. And then I have my highlighter in here, one of them. So they fit really well in this section. And then lastly, almost lastly, there's the drawer here. This is where I have my powder that I use to set everything after I'm done a look. These are little lipsticks, these little mini pill looking things. I've got my sharpener, like other kind of tools like oil blotting sheets, some samples underneath there, and the Tarte blush that is my go-to blush. On a daily basis I use this. So I'll see if I can show you how much I have left, because since I use it so often I do have pan going on there. So that's kind of what I keep in the drawer there. And then the last thing I want to show you is, if I back up a little, you can see there are no drawers to this desk, but there is a couple of shelves. So I'll just tell you how I kind of organize the shelves here. So the bottom shelf here, I have my hair straightener and my brush, because sometimes I like to do my hair down here. I have this green bin. I'll take that out and show you guys what's in the green bin. There's not that much stuff in here. It is mainly just backups and things I didn't have room for on the top. So I've got a few like single shadows in these little e.l.f. compacts. Let's see if I can open this with one hand. There we go. So just some single shadows. some sponges, some other single shadows in there. And then I have a few other Franken shadows that I've made, some other tools in there, a pair of tweezers, things like that. And then underneath I have, okay, so the bottom is mainly all fragrances, like full-size ones. I'm trying to use up the minis first, so that's why I have these kind of stored away. I also have my backups in here, so I have a backup mascara, I have a lash glue, a backup mascara again, roller lash one. This is a backup of my eyeshadow primer. Sorry, my camera's, I'm not paying attention. And then a backup powder. And then these are also more fragrances that I've accumulated over the years. So that's what's in this green bin. And I just kind of keep this around to keep some stuff that I'm not currently using on the regular. So next shelf, you can see there's this fishbowl here. This is where I put my empties. These are my January empties. I already did a video talking about these, so I still have to move them to the actual trash and start again for my February empties. But so far I haven't had any empties for February, so I haven't done that yet. And then this is just another empty travel case for makeup. It's currently empty, like I said, but if I ever get more stuff and I don't feel like it looks good or fits up here on this desk, I'll probably pop it in there. So that's kind of how I do that. So just try and give you a wider view of the whole thing. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. I mean, honestly, compared to so many other people's videos on YouTube of their makeup storage and like makeup collection and all that crap, this looks like very little makeup, honestly, but it's just stored really well. Like, there's actually a lot here, like more than I'll ever go through. So yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of show you guys how I organize my makeup. Oh, and this is just like a little decorative bird. I just kind of like to have a little bit of decor there. I've got like a little wedding picture up there and stuff too. So yeah, that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed your tour of my makeup desk, and I will see you guys in the next video. That'll be tomorrow because I do upload daily. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and give this video a like, and I will catch you tomorrow. All right, bye guys.